It's a hell of a run. Let's switch up for a minute. Because there's a character that's kind of famous. He just passed not too long ago, and you guys ran across him in different situations, and that's Leroy Nicky Barnes. I know you bumped into Nicky one time here in Detroit.
Yeah,
you were
20 grand.
20 grand. And who was the conduit? Who introduced you to Nicky?
Clarence Gale.
Now, can you tell us a little bit about Clarence Gale?
He was big time drug dealer babe back in the 60s and the 50s.
He goes back to
Richie
the 50s?
out of Chicago.
He goes back to the 50s?
Yeah.
And all in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Clarence, you hanging out at the 20 grand was the spot where...
Yeah, Clarence was, who I was, was just at the other, so they extended, and Nicky had came into town, and he told me I went down to see some show, and he called me and told me, say, come down here, I'm going to introduce you to somebody, some people you might know. So he told me, and then he introduced me, shook hands, and exchanged pleasantry, and that was it. But then again, I asked him, I said, he said New York, he said Brooklyn, and this, that, and the other. So when I went back to New York to see my people, Italians, I asked if they know niggas. They said, yeah, but he a wild man, we don't fuck with him. They said he's too wild. Him, they knew Frank Matthews. Said Frank was all right, but they still had, mostly he was out of Brooklyn.
Because Nicky was really up in Harlem mostly.
Yeah, in Harlem, yeah. They said he was too wild. They wouldn't.
Now, Eddie, you had shared a story that you had got, I think, from your old man who was locked up later with Nicky. And what was the last time you remember your
when they was bringing Nicky out after he started telling on everybody in the feds, snatched him out of the penitentiary.
Yeah.
They brought him out like a ninja, man, through the kitchen. My father was working in the kitchen at the time. And that morning, when the feds come get you, they cover your head up in black. You look just like a ninja. And they come marching him through the kitchen. My father looked around and he sort of knew who it was because you could tell by the physique and everything. And then after you never see that motherfucker again in that life, he never comes back to that penitentiary, you know who it was.
And that was
automatically
Mr. Leroy Nicky Barnes.
But it was already, he was under extreme pressure in penitentiary.
Was it? That was what the word was?
I mean, niggas was teasing him. It was all kind of stories going around. You know, it wasn't a good time for Nicky in jail. Niggas was, treating him real foul.
Because they had told that he rolled over on Guy Fisher.
Well, it wasn't just that. It was that niggas was driving his Benz and his wife, and they was sitting all fucking his head up with all kind of shit. Okay. Then Guy Fisher was fucking his woman, so they was fucking his mind up with all that. Another nigga fucking your wife, riding your Benz, who used to only drive a Buick.
That's what Nicky said.
He's fucking your woman, so they mentally fucking him up. That's what broke him. They broke him. That helped break him, and they don't really realize that they helped break him with that shit. Wow. Because that's mentally fucking him up when he's sitting in penitentiary, and these niggas is say, hey man, that nigga riding your Benz, living in your house, fucking your wife, and she ain't coming to see you or sending you no commissary. How you think you feel? Wow. Mentally, it fucks you up. They broke him. That's just like another story.